Welcome to the Own Your Best Life podcast. I'm May Emson, your host, leadership and mindset coach. Here, we talk all things spiritual, mindset, business, leadership, and wellness for the modern seeker who wants to align their life with purpose and inspiration. We'll cover career changes, stress management, meditation, energy, intuition, and more. Each episode holds spiritual and practical tools to help you live a life of your wildest dreams without getting burnt out along the way. Ready to live a life on your own terms? This is the Own Your Best Life podcast.
Welcome to episode number 224 of the Own Your Best Life podcast. If you are considering switching roles or jobs, chances are you'll be conducting informational interviews to learn about the different roles, industries, or opportunities. And while these conversations might seem casual, they are so critical in helping you secure that next big role or that next big opportunity. So today I'm breaking down 3 myths about informational interviews and sharing 3 actionable steps to ensure that you're making the most of these conversations. And by the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident and prepared for your next informational interview. So before diving into the how-tos, let's bust some common myths about informational interviews. The first one is it's just a casual chat with a friend. While informational interviews do feel informal, they require preparation. First impressions matter, and going in unprepared can come across as unprofessional or even ungrateful. The second myth is that they're not that important. Think again. Here is a stat that might surprise you. Only 1 in every 200 resumes you submit lead to a job offer, whereas informational interviews have a success rate that's closer to 1 in 12. That is a huge difference. If you're skipping informational interviews, you're missing a powerful tool in your job search. The third myth is that it's all about getting the job. The truth is, an informational interview isn't about landing a job on the spot. You're there to learn, to connect, to explore whether the role, the organization, or the industry is the right fit for you. So now that we've cleared the air, let's talk about what you should focus on during these interviews. So there are 3 key steps to ace your next informational interview. The first step is to establish rapport and connection. An informational interview is all about building relationships, not just for today, but for the long term. Unlike formal interviews, the dynamic here is more peer-to-peer. So you'll want to be curious. You'll want to show genuine interest in the person's career path, their challenges, and their experiences. You'll also want to avoid assumptions. Even if you've researched their LinkedIn profile, leave room for surprises. Everyone has unique stories. They have interests beyond their titles and what they share publicly. And the third is to really think about how can you ask thoughtful questions. For example, what's something you wish you knew when you started in this role? Or what's the most rewarding part of your job? What you're not trying to do is ask questions like, do you have a job for me? Or what companies should I be looking at? You want to show that you've done some of the legwork here. And so this is why asking thoughtful questions is going to help you establish rapport and connection. Your goal is to create a natural, engaging conversation that feels meaningful, not transactional. The second thing to do to really ace that informational interview is to share your story with clarity. You'll likely be asked why you're reaching out. And this is where your personal story comes in. So craft a clear, compelling pitch. Explain why you're exploring this career path, what you're currently doing, and why you're considering a change. You want to be honest but strategic. Avoid oversharing negative reasons like, I can't stand my boss, and instead reframe your challenges as motivations for growth. For example, instead of saying, I'm leaving because I'm not challenged enough, you might say, I'm looking for opportunities where I can contribute my skills in XYZ specific area while continuing to grow in another specific area. So if you feel stuck crafting your story, which is very common, this is something we tackle deeply in my coaching program. It's often harder for you to see yourself than it is for someone else to see you. So a strong narrative not only helps in informational interviews, but it boosts your confidence in the formal interviews as well. The third is that you want to ask intelligent, specific questions. So to the point that we talked about earlier, the quality of your questions reflect your preparation. They reflect your level of intelligence and your curiosity. So avoid generic job hunting questions like, do you know any companies hiring? Instead, demonstrate that sense of work and thoughtfulness that you've done, that you've taken initiative already. So for example, you want to frame your questions to invite insights. So you can start off by saying what you have done. Well, I've been researching companies like X, Y, and Z. What's your take on these organizations? Or something like, based on your experience, what trends do you see shaping this industry in the next 5 years? The second thing around intelligent, specific questions is to make it a two-way exchange. You'll want to share observations or ideas that spark a deeper discussion. So for example, I've noticed a shift toward, and you can insert your specific trend here. How has that impacted your work? That shows that you've done some work, that you know something about the industry, that you are interested, you're curious. And when people are working in that field, they do enjoy or they have thoughts to share about what they've done or their thoughts about what's coming up next or their experience. So this idea of making a two-way exchange is a shift from tell me what I need to do to get a job, which is way too direct and not helpful in showcasing what you want to be showcasing during an informational interview. It's creating a conversation that you would likely be having if you were already someone in that field doing that kind of work. And that's how you want to position yourself as, not someone that is just trying to get in, someone that is already doing the work in that field, is already going to do it no matter if it's with this person, this company, or this role. So it doesn't feel like you're desperate, you're grasping for something, that you need them. And it's much more of this peer-to-peer energy exchange. So even if the conversation that you have confirms that this role, this industry isn't the right fit for you, you've still added value to the person's day. And this builds trust and it strengthens the relationship for future opportunities. Maybe there isn't something available now, but they will keep you in mind instead of writing you off. So what is your homework for today? So after today's episode, I want you to reflect on your approach to informational interviews. Are you focusing on building rapport, sharing your story, asking intelligent questions so that you're creating relationships and partnership? If not, what's holding you back? These 3 steps are the foundation of a successful informational interview. And if you're ready to take this further, I want to invite you to join the Spiritual Achiever Coaching Program. Our Career Revelation Academy course includes a detailed module on mastering informational interviews, helping you craft your story, building relationships, and standing out as a candidate. So these informational interviews aren't just a checkbox on your career journey. They're a chance to continuously connect, to learn, and position yourself for success even before you need a job. So by focusing on these 3 steps, you'll not only make a lasting impression, but you will also be building relationships that can shape your future. That dream life, that dream job, the dream community starts here. So thank you all for tuning in to episode number 224 of the Own Your Best Life podcast. If you have enjoyed today's topic on informational interviews, if you know someone who is about to go on informational interviews, please share this episode with them. And leave a review. I'd love to hear how these tips are helping you in your career journey, thoughts that you're sparking as you listen to some of these podcasts. And until next time, remember that your next life is one step away. And if you'd like to become a spiritual achiever, I invite you to watch the free training on how to stand out and lead using spiritual high performance strategies. You can go to mayemson.com/224 and see the link there in today's show notes. And you can also apply to join the Spiritual Achiever program, where you're going to create that next chapter using spiritual and high performance strategies, achieving time, financial freedom, emotional freedom using my proven method. It is risk-free. You either start seeing results within your first month, or I give you your money back. So you can schedule your call at mayemson.com/contact. We will see you on the inside.
Thanks so much for joining us this week on Own Your Best Life. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts so that you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, can you please rate and review on iTunes? I would so appreciate it. Share it with a friend, take a screenshot of it, and tag @MayEmson. This helps continue to get the word out. For more show notes and resources, check out www.mayemson.com. It'll have all the links to everything you heard here today. Thanks so much for listening. It's time to own your best life.